weeks on end. But the moment you're done with that grooving station, now you don't have money. You don't have money, your rent's gonna give you money because they see you've been fumbling. You are unemployed. What happens then? It's not your world anymore. Right now it's your world because you don't have to stress about anything. But now, yeah.
Yeah, that being said, let's see what's going on in the world. Melvin Williams, who was charged for killing Brittany Macron and injuring Jada, sent him over too much mayo in sandwich at Subway. Records show he was out on bond for child. He was out. He went to jail for child cruelty and assault. He has 8 mugshots. Killing Subway people.
Guys, let me see this guy's picture. This guy's a black nigga, guys. Let's talk about this.
With too much mayo, bro.
Let's talk about this. Black guys and killing black women. When is this gonna end?
Yeah, when is it gonna end?
Because this may reason, that wasn't probably the reason.
That wasn't probably, the guy just had stress.
The guy had stress in his life. And he wanted people to believe it was something trivial, like mayonnaise.
Nah, but like also my chat is like 8 mugshots. Like, you know what? For me, if you if someone has 5 mugshots, bro, just send them go to jail. Go to jail.
This is anyway. He basically thinks it's a free photo shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
8 mugshots. You go into jail 8 times, and you come out 8 times. Surely.
I also feel like the justice system right now is not also doing its job.
It's not.
Because I mean, for someone to go in and out 8 times, something has to be 8 times. 8 times.
That's actually wild.
And like also when these 5 first accused was also he said
child cruelty.
Child cruelty. You know, so
how do you get out for child cruelty? Certain things should be like, if you commit this, just come to peace with the fact that you're in jail for the rest of your life. Just come to peace with it. For example, rape is a tacky.
That one, we'll talk about it on another episode.
Yeah,
right now, we don't have all the people with us right now.
Yeah.
We plan to involve more people in the podcast over here with such topics. Because can't cover everything now. I mean,
especially, and with situations like that, you need many different point of views and perspectives.
Exactly. Like a female's POV.
Yeah, because we are, as guys, like, I'm personally speaking, I'm against it.
Yeah, against it.
Also, abortion, I'm against abortion. Like, I'm for abortion. Like I believe that if you need to abort. But there's... let's talk about this guy.
No, he lost his mind.
I believe, we'll speak about this another time. But I'm telling you, I'll explain my theory in the next episode, where we're talking about why abortion is good in some situations, not all situations. Some situations, abortion. Let me wait.
Yeah, let's wait for it because it's gonna cause another debate.
This is a huge debate.
We don't even have the right people here. We don't even have the right people to talk about such things. I mean, it's not okay.
Yeah, it's not a very...
Not right now.
But now, you find yourself in situations where it's like, can you ever, forgive someone for like these type of crimes? Child cruelty, then you find he just gets out the next day, then, his mom. How would she feel in a situation like that?
Bro, it's his mom, obvious. I think there's one thing I noticed now, even in like a lot of TV shows I've watched, I've noticed, moms will always be there, regardless of how big your crime is. Your mom she'll never turn her back on you, your biological mother. But when it's like a stepmom, she's the first, she's quick. She's quick to jump.
She's quick to jump.
She's quick to say, you did this.
Some stepmothers are actually solid moms, solid filling moms. You can't knock all of them,
Yeah, what I'm saying. But
also, some of you men
are at the time, when it's like timers, when it's a timer, your father, biological father, they know, like,
no,
you're not a man.
No, chief.
You're not a man.
Yeah, certain things. I mean, you can throw this term around loosely, but there is, as high value men, there is like certain things that take away that title from you, like child cruelty. Can you call yourself a man after that? Beating up a woman? Can you call yourself a man after that?
That's why they call them monsters. I mean,
Yeah,
even like when surviving out a kid, many of the girls call them a monster.
Like me, it's the thing of like, back then when gender-based violence was at its peak,
Yeah.
and then women were like, men are trash. Do you know what? Do you agree with that statement?
You know what, man? I feel like women, one thing they do, man, like take all their previous relationships and put all on the next guy. So now I'm representing 10 guys. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I got past 10 men, 10 or even just 2. I'm the spokesperson.
No.
Right now. Nah, listen, because when I say that, man.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, do you agree with men are trash? Because now that's a different situation where you're advocating for yourself. Because let's say like Hannah was cheated on and now she's saying that also you're gonna cheat on me. That's not fair because like that's a prejudice and that's not fair. But anyways, what I'm saying is like with men are trash, like because a couple of men abuse women.
Women abuse men as well.
Yeah, women abuse men as well.
Will Smith.
Yeah, no, Will Smith never. Will Smith is getting abused.
That guy, he's how you stay in a marriage for so long.
If you can hear this, well, I'm here for you.
We're here for you.
I'm here for you.
The community is here.
But yeah,
to be manipulated to that point, dog.
Because many females are getting abused, especially in South Africa, by men. Yeah. It's a thing of now they say, okay, men are trash. Do you agree with that statement of saying all men are trash? They're not saying all men, but do you agree with them saying men are trash?
The men they've seen are trash. Not all men are trash.
I do not. I wanna say I agree with that statement.
Nah.
Let me explain why. Black Lives Matter. There we go. There's my explanation. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Also.
You can't say, certain Black Lives Matter because that's not a serious case. Because Black Lives Matter in America, that whole thing started because black people in America specifically were getting abused and all that stuff. Not all of us. I mean, me, I've never been a victim of like serious oppression. Yeah, no, but I'm just saying.
But like in other in South Africa.
Yeah, but I'm saying still, do we not categorize as black people?
They do.
So then, is it wrong for us to say, they mustn't advocate for Black Lives Matter because not all of us black people are getting oppressed? You can't say
no,
that.
it's called, no, like when they say that they're talking for every black life. Every black life. In general, all lives matter in general, but like with that being said, like I feel like irregardless of the things that they're saying about like the abuse that people are receiving in America, like at the same time, I feel like some countries should not involve themselves in other things. Sometimes let America solve this problem because black people have always even black people have their own black on black racism.
Like this guy,
colorism.
What's his name? Marvin. Beating up these women.
Exactly.
That's black on black, right?
Exactly. So I'm saying black on black racism is also a problem because I feel like if you don't learn to, as black people, to love and appreciate each other for being black, light skin, dark skin, albino, how will you ever learn? Because I mean, for sometimes I mean, even dark skinned women, some of the interviewers watching, this other dark skinned lady, like she had it hard because
she was dark skinned.
She was dark skinned and was never found attractive.
Yeah,
but you know what? She made her money. She made her bag.
She's not a model, yeah.
She's
a model.
Yeah.
She's a model.
Nah, she's not a model. Like, she's like a businesswoman.
Oh.
Business. She's in law, but like I'm saying, like if we don't start like by loving each other as black people and accepting that like black people's how we feel towards each other, how will we ever like be able to like to stop? Because when they say men are trash thing as well, they can also be meaning like that statement is not for the black woman alone. It's for the Indian, white, Chinese. Because the thing is, one thing I've noticed, most people I don't know if you're out there, but most people I've heard say men are trash are the black girls. I have never heard a white girl say men are trash. I've never heard an Indian chick say men are trash. And Why is the black girls?
Let me explain. I know it's coming across like maybe I'm just trying to get some hands from this podcast. No. What I'm saying is I actually believe in these things. Like, men are trash. As a guy, as a real man, you won't get offended when a hand comes to you, when a woman comes to you and says, men are trash. Why? Because you know she's not referring to every single man. Why do black women say it mostly? Because you find more time it's the black guys. Unfortunately speaking, that's how it is. It's the black guys that are coming out into this world and, putting a bad picture for us and abusing our lovely black queens. And as black girls, they gotta unite. Like you're saying, they must love each other. So when they see their fellow sister getting abused, hurt, they gotta say men trash. Even if they know, like, you can be with someone, you can be with a woman. And, dating her and your relationship is going fine. And she posts on this IG story, men are trash. She's not referring to you. She's referring to those men that can't do, and that's the only way they can get themselves heard. Because you can't say some men are trash, then the movement will never be heard. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the situation, honestly speaking.
No, but also at the same time, when the girl says men are trash, when she's saying that, she's also saying like, she does not necessarily mean men are trash with like relationships and cheating. She could just say like maybe her father's not doing her father's job, so she could just say men are trash. She could say maybe her uncle beat her aunt. She goes to say men are trash. Not necessarily invoking them. Because the thing is, let me tell you, I know like you don't see it, but like as a black person, there's so much violence within the black community. Because compared towards each other, because we're not compared to like even in church. I mean, not violence necessarily beating or hurting, but like there's politics within church. They're saying like, nah, this pastor, things he's saying, I don't align with my beliefs. As a woman. So like that's the thing.
But we could never understand because
yes. Yeah. But I feel like also that's one thing. Also I feel like people need to travel the world, bro. People, irregardless from all walks of life, because you need to travel the world and see how people view things. Because even like with socialism, the reason why I can never work in a country like South Africa is because too diverse. It will never work in a country that's very diverse. Because I mean, if you look at the countries where socialism is working, Asian countries, those kind of countries,
almost the same.
Everyone's almost the same, and the mind.
And it's not in terms of skin. We're not even talking about race. We're talking about culture.
They
believe in the same thing. Socialism,
don't work. Because I mean, you have Hindu, you have Christianity, you have African spirituality, and all those stuff. It will never work here because some people will be like, because at the same time, people are saying. I hear people say socialism can work in our country because you have rich people working here. But when you ask them to like, say the same thing, like, okay, would you give your marks or GP to someone who's failing? They will answer you no. They will answer you no. They will give you a quick answer no. Because I think I also like to prove it here, but like people have asked someone in general, like, would you give your marks up for the person who's failing to get a good mark?
So let's say what you mean is if I get 90 on the test and my friend gets 45%, would I be willing to sacrifice a certain amount of my marks to give to that guy so that he can as well pass? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. You see.
Personally speaking, I feel like there's a thing of socialism. All these different economic
concepts, because the thing is like, with the cash, man, don't think that these rich guys didn't just pull it out of their part. The cash, they didn't just take it out.
For it, yeah?
They worked for it. So it's the same with your marks.
But you also have to ask yourself. You find most time, rich people work as hard as these guys that are on the streets. I mean, we did a poem not so long ago in Africa and Spanish.
Yeah.
Those people wake up at 4 o'clock. They go to sleep at 11. And the whole time they work.
It's the same case.
They're working hard.
Yeah, the same. They're working hard.
Should they earn the same amount?
No.
Why? Because like you're saying, you're saying based off of work, the amount of work you put in,
yeah,
that's how much money you should get paid. Money is a reflection of the amount of work you're putting in. Is it fair to say because a rich guy, he put in work, hard work, he was getting a lot of money. Sharp, that's okay. A poor guy who's putting in more work than a rich guy, and he's actually doing more physical work. So should he get paid the same amount? Because he's doing more. He's working harder than the rich guy.
But the thing is, it doesn't have value. It doesn't add value to what you're doing right now. These guys, these rich guys, let me say an example, Jeff Bezos, what he's doing is adding value to the world with Amazon, getting goods delivered at your door. It's giving value. It's helping people. These guys who collect trash on the street, no, you didn't ask for them.
No, but that's a lot of value.
We didn't ask for
That's
them.
a lot of value.
No one asked for them. My guy, no one
That's a lot
asked
of
for
value. That's a lot of value.
That's voluntarily.
That's a lot of value that they add.
No, but they did voluntarily.
No, they earn money first. Not a lot of money.
They earn money, but like they decide to like, I'll wake up and take those cans and sort them. They're doing it voluntarily.
Imagine a world. No.
Yeah.
Where we go maybe a week
Ah.
without these people. Just 1 week. Just 1 week. That's
Bro,
what I
your life won't even
1
change.
month. 1 month. You're saying your life won't change. Look at the situation we're in. People don't take care of themselves. People throw stuff on the floor,
Yeah.
and it's gone the next day, and you wonder how did it leave. That's because those people are picking that stuff up. So imagine going a month without these people. Your trash is gonna be on the floor. Everyone's trash is gonna be on the floor. No one's gonna think they are worth picking up a paper that's someone else's job. Now we're all gonna be surrounded by trash. The value that they add is actually, for me, I'm not gonna say it's equal to the value of Amazon, man. But it's very high up there. Without them, we'd be in a very tough situation. They even recycle their stuff individually. They take it papers with papers. That's actually very helpful for the planet. That's value. It's value because it's giving us longevity in the planet. Amazon is actually, taking away the longevity in the planet.
No.
Yeah.
The thing is, that thing of the trash and all, with the recycling. I'm saying, as people, we'll eventually see that, like, oh, this place be dirty. Like, it be. So then we decide ourselves, like, you know what? I want to live in a clean estate. I go, in a clean country. We just decide to clean the country ourselves as individuals without expecting anything back. That's the point of it.
No.
The reason people give back because they give the money because they want to use the recycled materials to make something new. But in all reality, it's not necessary. Because the thing is that you're doing it for half labor, cheap labor. If I was the guy who owns Amazon and I make like things out of recycled materials, I would have hired people with that idea. If you give me like $1 billion, I mean Amazon's over $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know what? I even like doing this. If you give me $1 billion, let me even do a quick search for you. In terms of time, 1 million seconds. Real quick. 1 million seconds.
1 million seconds. Okay, let's do this.
In days.
Let's do this.
$11 days, 1 million seconds. You see?
Mm-hmm.
That's 11 days.
13 hours. 45 seconds.
You see? Let's just say 12. It's around the 12 days.
12 days.
But billion 31 years. So if you give me $1 billion, yeah? If you give me $1 billion and say, okay, you go out there and do something, make things with recycled material. Because this is a big company we're dealing with, Amazon. I would say, okay, I would go there, go to these guys who have been earning low money and just increase their monthly salary by like 100 rand.
Yeah, but the case is, you still require those people.
I require them, but they're doing it voluntarily. That's the thing.
They're not doing it voluntarily. They're doing it because it's the only means of survival they have.
Yeah, but they could also just decide and sit around.
Then they die. It's not voluntary.
It's
forced. Like
it's forced.
It's forced labor that's not forced.
It's forced.
It's forced labor that's not forced.
It's forced.
If they don't do it,
it's forced. But
they
like
die.
the thing is, I am not paying. The recycling companies
that's paying.
are paying.
Yeah.
That's the difference. When it's vice versa, a different scenario, a different situation, it's almost like the rich get richer. Because the thing is, the smartest thing rich people have ever done, money is not everything. When is it dead? Dog.
The smartest thing rich people have done is keep the people poor.
That's the thing.
That's the truth. And I'll tell you that for free. The smartest thing they've done is keeping people poor.
Facts. Because when they say that money is not everything, even Andrew Tate said this. He said when rich people say that, they're right. Because you think these guys who own cement companies, do you think they fantasize about cement?
Aliko Dangote.
Dog.
I think he does fantasize about cement.
You're losing your mind. Doesn't fantasize about cement. Doesn't think about it like, what I would do with this cement. No one thinks about it. Or Patrice Mutsipe. Do you think like he thinks about like oil? He fantasizes about oil. Sheikh Mansour. You think fantasizes about oil?
Let me tell you the situation. These guys go to sleep and they think about oil for one reason and one reason only.
To feed their family.
How can I make more money?
Okay. Facts.
How can I make more money? I'm making money off of this oil. How can I make more? That's the situation.
Facts, because the thing is, it's laughable. It's honestly laughable at the way these things are being done.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
The poor stay poor.
That's the situation.
Don't even get poorer, they stay poor. Because, I mean, even some shops, bro, like, haven't you noticed? Shops like ShopRite. Poor people shop, let's be honest.
I never said that, man. You know, I know some of these people that be shopping. Okay, poor people shop in South Africa.
ShopRite.
In South Africa.
It's ShopRite.
In South Africa. But in some places like Congo, you know.
It's not. Yeah, I'm saying in South Africa.
That's actually a very high value shop.
Because the thing is, rich people know they shop.
Woolworths.
Pick and Pay.
Woolworths. I don't know about Pick and Pay.
Yeah, Pick and Pay has increased quality.
Okay, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this another day.
Yeah, I'm saying, so then these guys, the fact that they're keeping ShopRite at such a low quality. If I can go to the township and bring a ShopRite, bring a Woolworths cake, Woolworths pick cakes every morning. And the thing of even if you stay in trash long enough, you won't even notice the smell.
Yo, that's deep.
That's the
You
thing.
should have seen the facial reaction. That's deep. I'm not gonna lie.
If you stay in trash long enough, you won't notice that smell. It starts to smell normal to you. So if you give them a quality, something nice quality. Cause that's the thing. Because I feel like I'm born in a fortunate enough position to see. Because my parents just kept giving me a taste of the high life. A small taste.
Dip in the water.
That taste is enough to make me want to go harder.
Exactly.
Because if I want to taste something.
Never taste it. That's genius.
I want to taste it.
If you never taste that taste,
exactly,
you will think where you are in life.
It's fine. It's
fine.
It's the peak.
You know it's not. Personally, mentally, you know it's okay, but you'll never do what's needed to leave that situation. You know, I understand now why you're saying those people, they work hard, but they don't get the money that they
don't get the money that they get.
I understand. Because that work, as much as it does add value, I can't say it doesn't add value. It adds value, man. But that's not the way. And they will never know that that's not the only way of making cash because they've never gotten a taste.
Exactly. The thing is, man, the thing is, my dad is more of a hustler, you know?
Yeah.
So when you're a hustler, like, he keeps meeting big people.
Yeah.
He keeps meeting big people. I mean, there's a time where you almost met Patrice Mutsipe. And
yeah.
Like, when you almost meet people like that, you want to work harder. I mean, once I slept in a hotel with my parents in 2017. That hotel, the Pirates players also booked it. So when you know that you're sleeping in the same roof as these guys,
you're eating the same meals,
quality. Then you know what
this life.
This life.
What I want.
I'm not saying I'm a cheese boy. I am not a cheese boy. If I show you, if you were to know the cheese boys, you know.
I wouldn't say I'm a cheese boy.
Nah. I'm not a cheese boy. I know.
Definitely.
Because there's some people who are cheese boys, man. Like, you know, good side here and there.
It's not gonna ban.
If I had their resources, tell you now.
Platform.
Platform.
Let's talk about platform.
Yeah, if I had the platform, bro, I think I would have been out of my parents' house.
I would have.
I would have
No,
bought
but
a
here's the
house.
situation. Sitting where we're sitting today, middle class. I'm not going to say we're rich.
Yeah.
We're not poor either. We're not extremely middle class, but maybe just above average.
Yeah. The middle class of middle class, let's say that.
You can see that there is people that work hard, and because you are middle class, you have access to YouTube, you have access to other things, so you learn how to make money online and through other avenues. So when you are like that, you have the platform of information. However, you lack the platform of capital. So when we talk about platforms, we're talking like, if we had the platform like this, some of these guys, some of the people at school, my own school, let's keep it.
Our own school.
Let's keep it. Yeah, let's keep it.
Let's keep it in a
Let's keep
circle.
it simple. If I had I'm not saying my situation is bad, but if I had some of the situations where they were in, which they are in today, I would not be at home.
Insane. I look, if you like, I would have went out and bought a house.
I would have.
I would have.
Right now, I would be going to school. I wouldn't even be in the school that I'm in right now. I would have paid my
With your
school fees
platform.
to be in another school.
Exactly. With that platform, because the thing is, the platform you guys have, both guys and girls, I'm not gonna say who they are, but the platform they have, bro, I feel like it's almost,
They don't take it seriously.
they don't take it seriously, but because like if I had the platform, I honestly don't know. I think I would. At the same time, I feel like when you see what your parents are doing, you say, calm. I don't have to hustle. I'm not saying that we are poor. We're not poor. The thing is, you want more. The desire to want more makes us better. That's the thing.
Okay, now, speaking of that, is money the root of all evil?
The thing of, if you're doing something for money, you won't enjoy what you're doing. But if it's the root of all evil, it's a different story. Many things are the root of all evil at the same time, bro.
I think, yeah, that statement is a very flawed statement, and maybe it was true a couple of years ago. But now, as we find ourselves in a world where
People don't really care about money right now, because the thing is, there's a lot of things which are the root of evil. Sometimes it's just about grudges.
I think the world turns because of money. I'm not trying to say Jesus is nothing. Jesus is like Lord, Jesus is King.
He's there. Yeah.
And he is definitely, and I know it's a thing of, as a Christian, it says in the Bible, you can't serve two masters, flesh and Jesus, or money and Jesus.
Yeah.
But now it's a situation of like, okay, if I can't serve money, does that mean I have to live in a world where I'm broke? No, it doesn't.
Does not mean that.
So when people say money is the root of all evil, that's false. What I think the root of all evil is, okay, let me ask you a question. Why do people steal?
Because they don't have
money. The lack of money.
Not money.
Is the root.
Not even money, like
the lack of resources.
The lack of the
lack of resources is the root.
Is the root of all evil. The lack of the resource, actually, come to think of it. Because if you have it, you won't have the need to steal.
You won't have the desire to commit evil deeds. But when you don't have it, when you don't have resources, not just money, you find yourself in a situation where it's like, if I don't get these resources fast, my family can die.
Yeah, then you start to think
I have to do what
I feel like at the same time, I feel like God should make some rules now. So like, I feel like
the evolution of Christianity, is that what you're trying to talk about?
Yeah, I'm saying like God should make some rules in terms of like, because the thing is, the reason why people need the money is to feed their children. That's the major, like right now, it's on top.
It depends where you are in life.
Yeah, but like the reason why people would steal
is to feed the children.
The children. That's like, of all the reasons, like I put it on top.
Yeah.
But, and I'd also say like, I feel like God should make some new rules, because I feel like you should say, if you're not earning 20,000 rands and above, you can't have kids. Because the people who are earning 2,000 rand a month, And they're having 6-7 kids though in a shack.
Let me explain the situation. Family planning. That's the simple
Man,
answer.
yeah.
People, especially in rural areas, man, back in the day, I understand why people used to have a lot of kids, because the more kids you have, the better, because like the more people can work on the farm. But now as we grow, man,
The world's industrialized.
the world isn't exactly. Now you're getting more kids. Where are they gonna work? You can't even, as an individual, you can't even find a job. Where are your kids gonna work? How are you gonna provide? Family planning.
Facts. How we go?
So when you say God should make the rules, the government should make the rule of, if you aren't earning more than 20,000, one child, like, strap up, do whatever you need to do to prevent yourself from getting kids. But if it ever does happen where you find yourself like you have kids,
Nah, but the thing is, not just in the township, yeah. Like the people, like females, would say like, when you put your child on pregnancy preventative and all, people will say no, kids come from God. They'll say that
it's a blessing,
which is true. So then,
it's a blessing.
People will say it's a blessing, regardless. When you try to combat this and say no, listen, even though you're saying it's a blessing, it's not. Even though the person is saying this is a blessing, said child, it's not necessarily like what's the word? Your ability, your position to be having children. Like if you think about where you are now, it's not your position to have children. Because I mean, even in the church, people don't condone the pill. They don't condone the pill in churches. So it's not necessarily like your position to be having children. Basically, if I must say that.
Let's save the religion talk.
Yeah.
For a day where we can have people who are actually religious.
Who are also educated in this
religion.
Yeah.
Specifically. Because I have a lot of things to say, but I don't want to say it because I might be
short on time.
Inaccurate or short on time, exactly.
Yeah. But also goes back. Some people also say like, not mine. People don't just want popularity, just want to be out there. And things, it's not all about popularity. If you think about it, some people, because if you're popular, you put yourself at risk of being the source of being judged.
Wait, what is this topic now?
No, like I'm saying, like I'm talking about like the thing of the root of evil. People just want to be out there. Some people.
In terms of like stealing
you just want to be out there. It's not even like to say like I did something on the. It's not always about.
Money. I feel like there's no more blaming money. People are cloud chasers. People are just doing it because they just want to.
I'm scared for us, bro. In the future, because it's the thing of like Instagram was not always. Let me make it like Instagram was not always the best. Social media platform, that was Facebook.
Yeah.
But as people got older, someone developed Instagram. And as we get older, our children don't think Instagram is how we think Facebook.
Yeah.
So we can't really say Facebook's old fashioned because we'll be hypocrites. Because in the future, our kids will be thinking Instagram is for old people.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm scared for us generation of people who are cloud chasers. That's the thing. Because when you are a cloud chaser, you put yourself at a major risk, putting yourself out there in front of the people.
Doing whatever you need to do
to get the attention.
Get attention from other people.
So, sometimes this thing of cloud and all, I mean, even Coscan at school.
Yeah.
The amount of SoundCloud rappers they are there, man.
I don't want to say too much.
They can't rap to save it. I'm not going to even lie.
Some people at our school are actually talented.
People are talented. I'm not gonna lie. There are people who I think I could even tell my kids, like, that guy out there, I was going to school with him.
Some people I could say they are talented.
And they're somewhat we're honest.
But they need some refinery in their work.
Yeah.
And then there are some people who are just like,
what are you doing?
Forget about
Get out of stop. Like you're injuring our music. I mean, even like when we try to make, because I mean, someone in our school tried to make a drill track, a track with drill, and
you're gonna tell me the name after this.
And the thing is with drill is it's a genre of rap that is relatively fresh and new.
New. It's something that like it's the youth. It's for the youth. Actually.
So, and like I think it's new, but it's gonna die out very quick as well.
No, it will die out dependent on
the
quality of drill at Dutch. Think about it like Dutch Valley. One of the greatest drill rappers I've ever heard. I personally think I don't listen to a lot of drill, but Dutch.
I think drill is very difficult, dog. I think it's not dying. I mean, even Joe Biden says drill rap would be over in the next 6 to 10 years. I mean, like, listen to what he has to say. Listen to what he has to say now.
Okay.
That shit over. Okay. And then what you do next? Y'all can go keep dancing with Eric Adams if you want. That is over, buddy. In the next 5-6 years, might not be that long. I know. Yeah, might not be. I know. But the writing is on the wall. That what? But again, so that's government issued writing. That's not Joe. That's not Joe. That's government issued writing. Don't start hitting me mad at me. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at. And if you're an artist and you're looking at it, you should be thinking elsewhere as well. They're not playing with y'all. You got the shortest.
The drill rap is gonna die soon, 5 to 6 years. It's like even Congo. You forgot about. Look how you're looking at me. Forgot about that. Before piano, there was Congo. There was Kwaito.
Kwaito still here, you see.
Now Kwaito, like,
certain people stay true to the evolution of their music. That's what I'm gonna say.
But things drill won't like be like
widespread.
It's only like to a specific public. Because I mean, even now,
It's not everyone that listens to it.
not everyone listens to drill. I mean, even drill, when you're in an Uber and you say, let me connect the aux, don't put drill. You're gonna get slapped.
Uber driver nowadays, Uber driver, they're listening to what's being played in their cars. No, they don't wanna be drilling up.
I feel like it depends on the distance. Because I was going into the Uber into school, and like I asked this guy for the aux. He then gave me a story about this music he's enjoying. Where is it? Let's give me a story about his music and how I stopped. But when it was me and my boys, this part I said, we are going to Pretoria Town restaurant. This guy he's part of the aux. He knew it's a long drive from here to Pretoria Town.
If
he knew it was a long drive.
The person you're giving the aux to doesn't have a fresh taste in music, don't give him the aux. Because it will actually be awkward.
Yeah, but sometimes some people with aux, your safest bet when you hold the aux, you play proper rap music.
Yeah.
When I say proper, I mean some people like Tyler. Don't play Kanye or Drake because you're gonna have a debate in the car. Play people everyone agrees to, like play Tyler.
Today, we talk about that stuff. How much time will we have is the question.
Right now, I think we shot on like our last
segment.
3 minutes, bro. Because time is almost up right now. But like, yeah. Let's check. Let me check.
But yeah, people. There's a thing of drill and all of that stuff is like. It's not as widespread. Yeah, so we're down to our last 5 minutes right now.
But yeah, sometimes now, even with music, when in terms of people holding the aux, bro, now sometimes I must know your taste in music. I have to know what.
Especially for being far, because I can't jump out of the car if the music is whack. I gotta stay.
Hey, thanks. Because if you're playing piano, calm. If you are playing proper rap music, calm. Or if it's like I'm in a Uber with a girl, and she's playing her, those female music love songs. I'm not gonna stop.
I mess with that stuff.
Yeah, I mess with that.
No, I mess with it. If I can show you my playlist right now, I mess with that stuff. It depends on, but also as a person.
It depends on
also read the room.
Yeah. Also, it depends on who's the girl as well. Like, if it's like someone I got out with my crush, I got out with this girl, and she puts like I don't know, Snow Allegra or
Smells like.
her
Smells like.
or Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys. Pipes.
She put those ones, man.
Angelic.
I'm not fighting.
Angelic.
Now, every someone I'm not feeling, man. In a Uber, yo, like. If no, I'm saying like
If you're not feeling the hand,
nah, if the girl,
moment,
if I'm going to a place because of you have to go there, not because I feel like it, because like that's a must, you have to go do this thing.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, okay, no, wait, what music is this? I will request the ops and just play music we can like that's neutral, which is basically piano. I'll play piano.
Not everybody likes piano.
Everyone likes piano.
Not everybody.
In this, okay, yeah, you know what, man?
Not in this episode.
Tuesdays.
Not in this episode.
Not in this episode, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about. I feel like let's have a thing of what we're going to talk about in the next episode.
The next episode we're gonna have at least, and also like we're gonna be reacting to videos now as well.
Yeah.
Some like videos, which
like
is
Joe Budden videos.
Yeah, it's gonna be reacting to videos as well.
I feel like if the next episode I'm in, I don't know about what the next episode is gonna be, but the next episode I'm in, we're gonna talk about. I know it might be old news by that time, but we'll talk about the monstrosity that happened at Monte Casino. Twizzy, now known as Twizzy headquarters, and because of you guys, now there's an age ban on the place. Guys, come on. How can you do that?
You know what, man? We're gonna talk about this. They're not gonna talk about it, also gonna cover and
Footsie.
We're gonna have a 40 episode soon.
And they were gonna have, I feel like,
we're gonna have
more guests.
Yeah, a few more guests, people who are knowledgeable with football, who know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
With that being said, thank you, man, for being on the pod,
Anytime.
being on the episode. Thank you for listening towards this point. Even from background sound noise in your house while you're studying, you should give it attention, give it thoughts, you know. And
if you made it this far in the podcast,
why don't you subscribe?
I'm honest with you, man. You should subscribe.
You should subscribe. Welcome to the gang.
This is obviously quality stuff.
We're gonna create a name for the gang, for the guys who subscribe. We're gonna create a name, you know, like Young Thor, yes, Source Squad. Also gonna create something different.
The builders. The builders. I don't know, something like that. We'll come up with it. We'll see what you guys are feeling. If you have any ideas.
Yes, in the comments, I put a poll about the names. We can go with the subscribers and the first episode.
Break down, pause.
Good.
Pause.
Yeah, man.
The first episode was nice. It's nice.
And I'm glad you guys made it here actually. So if you're this far, subscribe. Also leave a like, man. And also comment.
And we can't wait to see you in the next episode.